Betrayal and Revenge. I walked out of my wedding after being humiliated by the groom's best friend with a cruel prank in front of all the guests. Hey, Redditors, this is a furious venting session, a scream for help. But don't worry, I'm feeling better now. It's just the feminine wrath right now. I'll get right to the point and provide an unbiased perspective. So I left my groom at the altar 8 months ago. Yeah, I understand how that sounds. But before you pass judgment, please hear me out. The person who ends a relationship is typically regarded as callous, because how can they be upset when they instigated it, right? But this is not true. People in my circumstance will know what I'm talking about. While everyone sympathizes with the individual who is dumped, no one seems to care about the person who musters up the fortitude to stop the relationship. I'm not condoning toxic people who harm their spouses, but some people simply make you unhappy until it becomes your reality. It can take many forms. Some men exhibit emotional distance. Some are always too busy with everything but their partners. Some lack the courage to stand up for their spouses. Some mistreat their relationships and dismiss them as mere jokes. Some undermine, gaslight, and deflate their confidence if they do anything slightly excellent to shine or achieve success. My boyfriend possessed all of these beautiful characteristics. Yes, that is a sigh. Let's not even get started on dissecting the character of his excellent best friend, who possessed all of these attributes to an even greater extent. For a long time, these two men made my life miserable, and I assumed that this was how one should live. The tranquility I now have in my life, after kicking them out, is out of this world. However, they have returned and are wreaking havoc, because who else yells chaos besides them? So, to help you comprehend this, I'll take you back to my college days. Yes, I admit it, I was stupid enough to date this man for 4 years, but honestly, I was the stupidest person to accept his proposal and choose to marry him. My ex and his best friend have been close since kindergarten and are quite similar. The same sexist, misogynistic, insecure, and overconfident characteristics. It wasn't always this horrible. I had good days with my ex. Initially, he was rather charming. And believe me when I tell you, that man knew how to be charming. He tried to impress me, and it worked. The first few months went pretty well. After that, the layers began to peel off, revealing his true self. It began with him being constantly unavailable and busy while partying with his friends. This was what sparked the problems, and then he gaslighted me, convincing me that I was insane and delusional for questioning why he wouldn't give me his time. This lasted for quite some time. When college ended and I was seeking work, he'd laugh in my face in front of our pals and encourage others to join in. His approach went something like this: "You'd never get hired, LOL. Even if you do, you'll be fired." This came from my man, and his best friend, who seemed to relish this, would always say, "Thank God you're pretty. They hired you as eye candy. LOL." It felt disrespectful and irritating, and my ex would only chuckle. Every time I argued with my ex, he told all of his buddies about it. He would incorporate a third party in our discussions, and his closest buddy would call me all kinds of names and characterize me as a dramatic and impulsive woman, the stereotypical woman who overreacts to everything and obsesses over little matters. They'd make fun of me everywhere, and it was hurtful. He'd make comments about my beauty, my sense of style, and so on, while my ex would just sit there and chuckle. Now, if I start talking about these things, I'll be able to provide innumerable examples, but that is not what we are here for. As the wedding planning began, it was literally his closest buddy who made all of the decisions. I was the bride. I was going to have my dream wedding, but no matter what I wanted, we'd only go with what his pal chose. At times, I felt as if he was deliberately choosing something I didn't like just to spite me. For example, I dislike orange flavor, but he chose it for my wedding cake. My ex chose the same option as his pal and forced me to follow suit. Even my wedding gown wasn't my choice. This man, my ex's best friend, was a perfectionist. My fantasy dress was allegedly too garish for his tastes. Everything went on, and I persevered till I couldn't. On my wedding day, something terrible occurred. But now, as I look back, I'm grateful it happened. So my ex's best friend wanted to have fun by planning a prank that was quite rude. And that is not all. He also used some harsh words. I will explain. A pregnant woman was carried inside, and it was proclaimed by none other than my groom's best man, his best friend, that he should not marry this stupid, ugly hag. Refer